What do you think the ceiling is realistically for the 49ers? Everybody knows I love the Niners. I love them. I want them to win. I love a Super Bowl go-tos going to run and all this other stuff. If I'm being truthful for everybody, I think their ceiling from what I've seen from them this year is one playoff win. I'd be surprised if they got more than one. It doesn't mean they can't, but you go in there, you win that one playoff game, you feel good, and it feels like that divisional round, you kind of snap back to reality a little bit. What do you think the ceiling is, the realistic ceiling is for this team?
I think that's probably about where I'm at. I don't think I'd be comfortable. Like if you're betting on them, I don't think I'd be comfortable betting on them in a divisional round game. But it also lays out where, again, and you said realistic. So I think I agree with you, Kenny, kind of everything you said. But if there's a scenario where, like I was listening to James Jones, former Packers receiver, on a podcast, and he was talking about how if he's the Packers, like the Niners are the one NFC team he doesn't want to face because defense travels, that run game travels. And if they just shorten the game and give you 5 offensive possessions because they're just churning clock and they're running the ball down their throat, that's where things get kind of interesting. And if you came from the future and said, hey, the Niners went on a run to the NFC Championship, I'm not going to call you a liar, because you can see where that would line up.
Right.
Okay, they get the Cardinals and DeAndre Hopkins is out or he's banged up, and then they get the Cowboys and Mike McCarthy's a disaster. So they played Green Bay well earlier in the year. They've owned the Rams lately. Like there's all these scenarios that you can play out, but realistically, if they win a wild card game, I think it's really hard for this team and just kind of where they're at to string good games together against playoff caliber teams. That's the big problem I see. Like, can they beat one of those teams ahead of them in a one-off? Sure. But can they do it 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row? I'm not buying that with this year's team.